Well, hi there everyone, Farmsim Gamer here, and welcome back to the channel and to Felsbrunn and our Mega Merge project. So just recapping what we did in episode 1, we started our farm next to field 10. And then set about kind of merging some of the fields. So kind of our overall plan is that we're going to reduce Felsbrunn down to a total of 16 fields, merging as many as we possibly can. So we did some harvesting yesterday. We merged fields 9, 17, 18, 19 and 20. We came across the roads 25, 26, 27, harvested those fields, and we've now started to merge that as well. We also harvested field 7. And we are starting to expand and merge that with field 10. So as you can see on the map, we've started to do 25, 26, 27. You can see the big block of land in the middle, 9, 17, 18, 19 and 20, which we've done. And we've started to do 7 and 10 as well. So we're kind of beginning to get on reasonably well. We are going to start purchasing some more land soon. And as you can see, the next block, field 11, kind of needed harvesting, so we purchased that. Field 23, 30 and 31, we've also purchased that as well, so we can start to get those fields merged. So once we've kind of done the main headland work and we've cultivated or ploughed up the merging strips that we need, then we can stick a helper into the tractor and get them to complete the bulk of the work as well. So coming up next was field 12. That was coming up for harvest, so we put our 2 John Deere combines into that as well. Now I could have just cultivated the fields out of, to be honest, but I didn't want to lose the crop, so we started to harvest those fields as well, and I think that creates a clear block in the middle for 11, 12, 13 and 14. So next up, after we finished 25, 26 and 27 was field 28 and 29. So we purchased those and we're starting to merge those two. They're quite small fields, but we just sort of cut across this little corner down at the bottom by the roadside as well, just to make that a little bit bigger. And as you can see by the main map that's coming up shortly, we've started to cultivate a few other fields, and everything's starting to sort of take shape now. So once we've finished over here, we're also then going to start on field 23, 30 and 31. There's a bit more work that needs to be done to sort of merge that, but you can see all the areas that we've started to cultivate now, and you can see that 11 through to 14 in the middle are all harvested now, so we will be able to get those sorted. So we're just starting on field 31 through to 30. Now field 30 was a grass field. As you can see, it doesn't look too different to the surrounding kind of headland areas. We did expand this quite a bit. Now I've got the mod installed that enables cultivators also to create fields. Now the one thing I didn't realise, that having done this work with the cultivator, of course the areas that we expanded into do ultimately need ploughing and having lime on them, so I did actually go back with a plough and kind of do this, but I started doing it with the cultivator originally because I wanted to just get on with the work and do it a bit quicker really. So the set of disc harrows that have gone on here have got a 9.8 metre width, and they just enabled me to kind of do the work quicker, but I was a bit done really because I kind of ultimately needed to subsoil them or plough them up anyway. So once we started this field, I then took the decision to actually buy every field that we've got on the map, so that I could get those all into a cultivated state, so that we would have a clear start point for drilling a little bit later in the series. So there you can see we purchased everything so that we could get on it and do what we needed to do. I got a second John Deere and a set of disc harrows as well that we were using earlier on field 7 just to come over and start doing field 23. So that enabled us to get this field finished sort of fairly quickly, and then we had a few other fields that were coming up for harvesting as well. So we started doing field 16. Now that's not a field that we can do any merging on, it kind of sits on its own, as I'm sure you're probably aware, but we needed to harvest and get that crop in as well. And then also field 1 up at the top of the mountain right next to the sawmill, that needed harvesting as well, so we did that, and that would enable us to cultivate and merge fields 1 and 2, which is pretty simple really, because that was just a strip in the middle. So it also gave me an opportunity to use some equipment that I hadn't used before. We've got a kind of John Deere subsoiler V-Ripper here, a 6.5 metre width, so that enabled us to kind of do some of the merging fairly quickly. And then on field 4 and 5, they're quite small, but it gave me an opportunity as well to extend both of these fields. There's a sort of a bottom corner that we can kind of add and expand the field as well. So that gave me an opportunity to do that, to not only merge those fields but make them a lot bigger as well. After being up at the mountain, we came back down to the main sort of central part of the map, and next up were fields 21 and 23. So again, this was fairly straightforward to merge these two fields, just the sort of strip in between them, but I did expand the fields a little bit. As you can see, they're slightly offset, the fields, so we kind of just had to do a bit of a gentle curve and a merge to make these a bit bigger, but that was fairly straightforward for us to do. Our next main block was really going to be field 11, 12, 13 and 14 that are in the middle of the map, which ultimately I guess will end up being the largest field that we'll end up having out of the 16 that we'll hopefully be left with. So originally I was going to kind of just leave the fields squared off where they were, but I made a decision in the end to kind of follow the shape of the roads really, and just to sort of expand that block of kind of land pretty much like I had originally with fields 9, 17, 18, 19 and 20. So we started doing all the main kind of combining of the fields to start with, and then I went back and just kind of shaped the outline of the fields as well. And the one thing that once we'd obviously done all the ploughing, I then went back over all of the land with a big set of disc harrows as well, just so that we would have a complete cultivated state on all of the fields that we had merged. So that's all of the merging work done, and as you can see, that's the original state of the fields, and this is what we turned it into. So you can see very clearly all the fields that we have now fully cultivated and are merged together. So that takes us down to 16 fields in total, and what we're left to do, as you can see by all the green bits, is that's where we've done all the merging, and that's what we've got to go back and lime now, having ploughed those areas. So we're going to go and do that fairly quickly, get those strips all done, and then in the next episode we can kind of start drilling, getting these fields all set with crops. And then I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what yields we will get in due course when we come around to harvesting. And here are just a few aerial shots so you can see what we've done. You can quite clearly see the dark areas where we've merged all of the fields. But looking pretty big now, some of these areas, and you can see where we've expanded some of those fields as well. We also took the opportunity to do a little bit to the farm. We added a couple of machine sheds just off on the left hand side there, a few more trees, just tidied things up as well, just so we've got a bit more space to store all that large machinery. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of a shorter one today, but if you liked it, then give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to share, comment and subscribe. So that's it for today. Take care. See you next time. Bye now.